S-Drive have absolutely cooked with this weekly event, and I'm glad I've left this for a separate video, not combining Hong Kong Island and Ibiza here into one. And it all surrounds this very car, a car for me that I have not yet owned in game. I had to buy for this video before this week's live weekly events because something has happened. Previously spoke about changes that have been made, and this is what we need more of in Test Drive Unlimited. Now, this is of course the Caterham. There's the option of two different Caterhams we can choose. I chose this one, it's my preferred vehicle. But what they've gave us this week, for me, is what we need more of in game, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys will also agree. Yes, we're over on the Ibiza map. Yes, it is only one race, but if this is the start of what's to come, then we're in line for some epic adventures on this game. Now, for me, it's been hard to use this car so far. I've not found the right race for it. And it was looking like we were getting something different, and coming into this I was a bit skeptical of it. But when we do head on over to Dirt, Sweat and Tears, a 2-lap off-road race in the 260 or the 620 Caterham, this for me is what we need more of in this game. Yes, there's the standard format of racing, but taking these kind of cars onto an off-road circuit changes the game. Now, it might not be to everybody's liking, but for me this is absolutely fantastic, and this is what I want to see more of in game. There is a couple of flaws, and I'm going to highlight one massive flaw in this very race. But being able to take these on-road cars, these track cars essentially, which is what this is, it's a kit car, it's a track car, but take it onto an off-road, dirty circuit is absolutely fantastic. There's a lack of that in game. I want to take a Bugatti Veyron around an off-road mountain course, take a Lamborghini Huracan. We obviously built the Fluoro Capsule for off-road racing, and there is a lack of being able to do that in this game. But we can see this more, you know, maybe cross-compatibility, which is obviously a big issue with this game, but cross-compatibility with a daily driver or a supercar onto off-road racing would be sensational. The other way around, maybe not so much off-road cars on-road, but that again, that could be quite fun. But the possibility of taking the likes of a Huracan, an Aventador, a Veyron, whatever else on an off-road track, I think would be absolutely fantastic. And we can see that with this race particularly. Yes, it is all Caterhams, but so far it's been fantastic. I genuinely love this race, and I'm going to be going back more and more to do this race over and over. For full context, I bought this car for this race. You can see it's just got 4 miles on the clock in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. There is no tune, there's no upgrades, there's nothing done to this car. I literally went to the showroom, bought the 620, came into this race, and boy oh boy, this race delivered. It's leery, it's fun, it's full of drifting, it's incredibly, well, I say incredibly, it's not that difficult. It can be challenging to get it under control, but this is what I want to see in this racing game, which it is for now. It is a racing game. It doesn't have the pedigree it had previously. So when we're focusing in on the races we have, taking cars, putting them into the environment that they should not be in, gives this a total different aspect of racing. And I would assume you guys love it. Let me know in the comment section if you've actually enjoyed this race. For me, this was absolutely perfect, and fingers crossed going forward we get to see this more and more. Now, it's going to be challenging at points. Of course, we don't have off-road tyres to fit to the Caterham. We are on the standard road tyres. We are on a standard build. But again, it gives us something different. We've not had this all too much in game. There's been a couple of ranked races. There's been a couple of, you know, sporadic events here and there that we have used road cars off-road. If we can see this more and more, game changer in my opinion. Now, the Caterham itself, let's talk about the Caterham. A fantastically capable car. It's obviously a tremendous track car in itself. Before we actually talk about the Caterham, we're about to come to one of the biggest flaws, the biggest flaw of this race. You guys know I like to stick to the left hand side of the screen here. I'm on the racetrack and it doesn't recognise it. It resets me back to the start. It wants me to drive through that puddle, but we know if we drive through that big puddle of water there, we're going to flip the car. We've seen it time and time again. So the mapping is very much off in this race. It's very unfortunate. We should be able to go wide. I don't want to have those jumps. I want to get the cleanest line I can have. So there is a big flaw with this race, but putting that to one side, talking about the Caterham, what a car this is. Yes, it's terrifying when you're on that cockpit view coming into traffic. It is unbelievably terrifying, but the car itself is fantastic. It's fast, it's agile, it's very predictable, especially with some of the drifts. Even on the off-road track we've got here, It is a very predictable and a very manageable car. We obviously know previously with Highway to Heaven, the money glitch that we had there, the Caterham was one of the quickest cars we could have used. Bring it over to this off-road circuit and we can see it's far more than capable of having fun and actually setting a very fast time. Again, we're just in a stock format, so we're not pushing for, you know, the top end of the leaderboard. There's some fantastic times on there already. But in a stock format, just jump into a car and jump into a race. There may be few cars better in the game than the Caterham 620. That might be an unpopular opinion. You guys can let me know in the comment section down below. Then we come over to the aspect of the weekly event that we have got. Kind of mentioned it in the previous video. I feel something has changed here. We've got longer races. It feels like they're starting to maybe listen to the community a little bit more here with the races we've got, the selection of cars we've got, and basically the mission that we've been giving every week here. This weekly event, much like last weekly event, I feel like things have changed. The races aren't quickly in and out, race over and done with, weekly event over and done with. This week we've got very long races. They're taking 4 or 5 minutes per race to complete. We've got 100 points we have to gather to complete the live weekly event. I want that grinding game. Personally, I don't mind coming in and doing the 1 minute and 2 minute races. They're fine. But we need a bit of substance in the game, and I feel like that's what we've now got. Longer races, more points required. Massive credit to them, and putting us into cars that we previously wouldn't be in. I had not bought a Caterham before. I had to buy it for this race, and I'm so unbelievably happy that I did so. I don't know why I never bought them before, because I know how good these cars are, using them in previous games, driving one in real life. I probably should have had it previously, but now I have got it. I'm so happy that I have got it. Yes, it's unbelievably bright in that fluoro yellow colour, but that's kind of going to be a common trend for today's video. You'll see more on that shortly. The Caterham itself has been fantastic. Come back onto the back straight. We're not going to have that same glitch this time out. We're going to avoid the puddle. We're going to hit that start-finish line, get back away from that onto the race route somehow, head towards the start-finish line. A nice, easy win for this one. Like I mentioned, we have obviously completed another race. Up to 40 points, 60 points still to go, one race left to explore for this week's live events. Now, there is obviously a bit of an elephant in the room that why are we using the Caterham off-road? There's many people I've already seen that aren't overly happy with it. For me, I thought it was fantastic. Yes, it's absolutely terrifying, especially when we drop down to the cockpit view here. It is unbelievably terrifying heading into traffic with basically no protection, but if you ride a motorbike like myself, you're kind of used to having no protection around you, it's all good. But this thing here is just set perfectly. I absolutely love this car. I don't have, I'm probably going to run out of superlatives for it. It's set up fantastic, the views from it are fantastic, the dashboard setup absolutely fantastic. There is few cars in this game I love more than this, and I've barely used it. I've only done 9 miles in the car, for crying out loud, but already the impression has set with me very well. Moving on to the second race here, we've got Apex Legends, a 2-mile circuit race on asphalt with a 918 Spider and a Ferrari FXXK with a max RP of 800. I don't own an FXXK, I do own the 918, and it's going to actually be good. It's the first time I've came into the 918 with the adjustments that they have now made for the exhaust system. Now I fully expect my computer here to glitch out, lose frames. It always loses frames on hypercar races on the Ibiza map, and I know that's not just me, many of you guys are also seeing this as well. Hypercars on Ibiza, frame rates constantly drop, and I don't have an answer for it. I wish I did. Highway to Heaven, this race itself, I fully expect to lose some frame rates. But come back to the car quickly. Yes, we know we're going to, there we go, frame rates already dropping here. Cannot explain it. The 918 itself, like they mentioned in the previous update for Season 3 in the patch notes, they have now adjusted the exhaust notes. What's the exhaust sounding like? For me, it does sound 10 times better. Let's just listen to that. Argue with me on that one if you like, guys, but I think this sounds so much better as we heavily outbrake ourselves here. We're probably not going to have a great race here overall. Kind of concentrated more on the exhaust note than the physical racing itself. That's on me. But yeah, 10 times improvement with that one. I think it sounds absolutely fantastic. We're going to have to be cautious with the race itself, however. Whether you're in the 918 or you're in the FXXK, you're going to run out of battery pack very quickly with the RP being brought down to 800. Yeah, we're going to have to be tactical using the brakes and yeah, recover as much battery power energy as much as we possibly can. Like we can already see, there's a lot of straights in this race, so it's going to be hard to really harvest our battery. We're going to have to be quite aggressive on on the brakes to recover battery charge essentially. But as it is, the race itself is not overly difficult. Lots of straights. If you have perhaps got the latest, greatest graphics card, you're not maybe going to get the same issues I have. I think that's the next stop for me. I'm going to have to improve the setup, because the more hypercars I use, the more I'm starting to struggle with graphics, especially on the Ibiza map. Coming into the cockpit view here, again, I actually think it sounds quite good inside. It is obviously quite suppressed, but that's only natural. You're inside a car where the windows are up. But the 918 here, massive improvement to that exhaust. I didn't think it was going to make much of a difference coming into Season 3, but I'm wrong. The 918 sounds absolutely fantastic overall. I love it as a car. Yes, it has been heavily nerfed, but it's still a very usable car if we can maybe tailor it towards battery recovery. It's probably going to be key for this one. When the battery does die out, as we already know, yeah, it does become quite a lackluster and quite a boring car to use. But as it is, we can be tactical in these races, hit braking zones aggressively and recover as much energy as we can, so we can then reuse it. It will be deployed on these big straights we've got. We've got a couple of roundabouts here. We're going to be heavy onto the brakes. Again, we can see that battery recovering almost, pretty much full battery recovery in one braking zone. It's what we're going to have to do, focus in where to hit those brakes and redeploy it essentially into these big straights. Already down to half of the battery pack, heading down towards quarter, so it feels like these are the correct methods for doing this, and I totally get distracted by the battery pack and miss the turning I was supposed to take there. I was too busy concentrating on how much that battery had emptied itself, trying to reharvest it. We'll quickly reset here. The AI have caught back up with us. We're on the wrong side of the roundabout there, but as we can see, we've already looking to pass up into second place, push forward to third. We've got a roundabout up here. We'll maybe try and cut up the inside of the 918 in first place. Yep, smash into roundabout, guys. It's not a clean race today. My focus was very much elsewhere. It was on the exhaust note, it was on the battery recovery. April here, sitting right on our tail. We're going to have to cover off April, heading towards the start-finish line. We're going to have to be very aggressive and very defensive here, cutting the nose off April to make sure we do get the win, and we do make sure we get the final 10 points, up to 50 points, completed all 5 races for this weekly event. We can now go back with tuned cars and target high times on the leaderboard. That's been my plan, my method for these weekly races, guys. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. It's been very bright, both cars fluoro yellow. Yeah, it's been a very bright and very different weekly event overall. Coming back to the Caterham, racing racing a road car off-road, 10 out of 10 in my opinion. If you guys have enjoyed it, let me know in the comment section. If that's something you want to see more again, talk about it in the comment section, because this is something I want to see more and more and more in this game. Like I've said a couple of times, taking a Chiron, a Veyron, Fenner, an F40 perhaps, a Pista, whatever else it may be, taking them into the off-road races, I think would be brilliant. It may be comical at points, it may be very difficult at points, but I think it will open up the door for more exciting racing. The Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Please do smash that like button. If you haven't already, please do consider subscribing to the channel. Stay tuned for more updates on Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown.